Hey, and we're here. All right.
Hello.
We're here. Glass case of emotion, the plastic box of feelings, Chuck Bush, Kim Kuhn, and Corey LaJoie.
I almost feel like I'm cheating a little bit.
Do you?
On Sunday money. Yep.
Okay.
But anytime you guys call, I'm happy to oblige to fill in. Cause
you answer the call.
I answer the call because I like you guys.
Well,
I like the show. I like the viewers, the listeners.
That's the thing about podcasts is it's not like we're going up at competing times.
No.
It's not like, oh, we're in the 2 o'clock time slot for podcasts. No, you can download a podcast and listen whenever. So
Right. And we attract the same listeners, so we might as well be a team.
It's a crossover episode.
Exactly.
It is a crossover episode.
So
your timing thing reminded me of
Sunday
topic I forgot to
Emotions.
send you.
So it's the plastic box of feelings, or the what would be,
That's the one we like to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call us?
What somebody had a good one.
Friday pesos?
No, it was Tuesday pocket change.
Oh,
That's pretty
I think
good.
Donald had that one. I think that was a Donald.
I like
Donald
that.
There's
special.
lots of different ones you can come up with.
Yeah.
But hey, it's like we're breaking bread right now.
Right.
We are. I
This
wish
is-
we had
having me
some
on.
bread.
I just had some bread for lunch.
Did you?
Mhm.
From where?
Famous Toast Tree.
Ooh,
Oh, I do love toast. The one that's right around the corner.
Mhm.
I
They're
love
like
toast.
The place toast. I like toast too.
Yeah, just like the physical thing of toast,
Yeah.
like bread that has gone into a toaster.
I think sliced bread.
Not Joey Logano.
Not Joey Logano. Tastes so much better. Yeah.
After he wins on Sunday? Monday?
When it's toasted and buttered versus
So
just
drunk
plain
Joey
sliced
Logano
bread.
is better than.
does Joey Logano get drunk?
He does.
You
Off
can
wine.
ask his
Yeah,
BFF.
he does. He's funny drunk. He gets really squinty.
When more squinty than he already is?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I've seen him get not drunk, but like around Champions Week, like all the guys tend to let
Loosen up
loose
a
a
Well, he
little
doesn't
bit.
drink very often, right? So when he has
He's a lightweight.
2 glasses of wine, he's feeling pretty giggly.
There was a
I can
quote.
see him be giggly.
There was a quote after I think he won the Daytona 500.
The first time?
The first one is like, I don't know how to party. Like that. That's the quote from the media center is like, I don't know how to party. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always usually had to show him how to party.
Yeah.
But he could figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he keeps up.
He's a grown man.
Yeah, he's a grown man.
I figure after a couple of Daytona 500s and after a championship, maybe he's figured out
You're
how
forced
to party.
into learning how to party, yeah.
Forced parties.
Yeah.
How do you think the party is going to be these 2 weeks since Cup is off and he won the race in Michigan in Ford's backyard? So he's, living the high life. 2 weeks.
Yeah. He
What's
did
that
have,
celebration going to
He
be
did
like?
have the best quote when we were under rain delay. MRN still had to do all this coverage. We covered you playing some football. We also interviewed Joey, and we were talking about, I don't know how we got on the subject of vacations. And he is smart because he never schedules a vacation
On Monday.
He
Yeah.
always waits until Tuesday if there's an off weekend.
Right.
Which is smart because a lot of drivers got effed.
Mm-hmm. Effed in
There
the
was a
B.
lot of people on Twitter that didn't take kindly to those comments about how, God forbid you got to cancel your trip to Greece another day, right? Like, I know a lot of people in the industry also. There was one of the spotters was going to Hawaii who had to cancel his trip or change his outbound flight. But yes, you always have to factor in rain, right? You can't control that. So I don't sympathize for people that made their vacation less than 24 hours after their job.
Just give it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Well, you've got what? I don't know, 12 days to vacation.
Sure.
It's like young Ryan Blaney is on his way shortly to Mother Russia, but they scheduled their flight for Tuesday night.
Which was smart.
Yeah. So,
So is he packing right now? He couldn't make this?
he's in Atlanta.
I
I think they're flying out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the connector.
Yeah.
They got to make a stop in Istanbul for like a day, which
Which is
should be fun.
Constantinople.
Mhm.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
nobody's business but the Turks.
Did he decide he likes coffee now? Because
I think.
Turkish coffee
Oh,
good.
yeah.
is delicious.
Mhm.
They're known for their coffee and their bazaars, meaning their shops.
Istanbul is one of the bucket list stops
it?
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Constantinople would be really cool.
Oh yeah, you are an international traveler.
We went to Italy for our
Yeah.
honeymoon. That was a lot of fun. And then it was interesting to know that once the capital of Italy moved, or the capital of the Roman Empire moved from Rome to Constantinople, that 98% of Rome's population left with it.
Really?
And there was only the Catholics. That's why the Catholics were being persecuted outside of
history
Rome.
lesson.
They came all and congregated back and started the Vatican. That's a little history knowledge
Usually
for
Chuck is giving us the history lesson.
Well, I was going to say, do you know why it's named was named Constantinople?
you. That was a ruler
Constantine?
or something.
Emperor Constantine.
Yeah.
I know
Who
a couple things.
Made
too.
his deathbed conversion or whatever, which some people that was kind of some bullshit, but that's a whole thing. That was the Holy Roman Empire and all that fun stuff. Constantinople.
What's the best thing you ate in Italy?
Pizza.
Really?
Yeah, there was a place that we ate 3 times in a row called I Marmi. It was in Trastevere. It's on the other side of...
That might have been the most North Carolina way
to say an Italian city.
Trastevere.
Yeah, man.
It's across the river of where downtown Rome is. It's still considered Rome, but it's the less touristy area. The pizza was so good. It was a marble slab, so they made them on a marble slab because I think I Marmi is marble in Italian. So they knead the dough right with the stuff and the flour, and one guy's kneading it, one guy's flattening it and tossing it, and the marble was probably a foot thick when it was originally made.
Piece of marble.
Yeah, on the edges it was a foot thick, and the place is so old, it was from like the 20s or whatever.
Is it worn down?
It's worn down to about this much in the middle from
oh my gosh, all
of the kneading and all of the pizza making. It was really cool. Yeah, it was about this much difference in just wore out marble of just straight up pizza making.
I think pizza seems healthier in Italy because it's made so fresh.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it seems healthier?
No, but it's thinner and it's a smaller pizza, so you don't feel as bad when you eat the whole thing.
My question is, if the marble's wearing down, where's the marble going? Is it going into the pizza? Are you getting like a lot of mineral in your pizza?
Maybe so. Maybe that's kind of what cleans the intestines out. It's like a little bit of grit toughens you up.
I wonder what minerals marble has in it.
I don't know.
I wish we had the internet. We're
Internet's down right now, so this is going to be like a very...
I'll go home and I'll Google it.
We're going to be guessing a lot of things today. It's like, oh, that sounds right. Yeah, that's an accurate fact.
Sure.
Yeah, facts. I know these facts.
What are they going to do when they get to the bottom of the marble?
I guess get another piece of marble.
Slab?
Yeah. Like kind of like the Spanish Steps. Have you ever been to Rome?
I haven't.
Oh man, bucket lister, do it for sure.
I need to go.
I'm assuming you haven't.
I haven't. No.
So the Spanish Steps, right? You've heard the Spanish Steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The Spanish Steps are slap wore out from just there's about a 4-foot wide kind of path that's on the right side that everybody walks up because when you turn the corner, that's just kind of the natural direction you go, and it is worn down to
like nubs,
nubs of where like the thick marble used to be. A lot of feet are tracking them steps.
Yeah. A lot of feet.
You mentioned it earlier, and I feel we would be remiss if we did not discuss this. I missed a golden opportunity at the beginning of the show to introduce you as like a 6'1" sophomore out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. You're a quarterback. The football stuff.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun this weekend. So, honestly, I kind of came to that party late because I'm sitting there on pit road talking to my pit crew guys, and naturally it's raining just enough where we can't race, right? That's the worst. I'd rather it rain torrential downpour or not rain at all, right? Let's pick one or the other. It wasn't. So I saw Bubba and Blaney throwing it around, and I feel like I had to raise the bar for drivers being able to throw a football because I feel like the stereotype of drivers is we're not athletes because the most of us are not athletes.
Right.
But I can throw a ball pretty well. So I figured I'd mosey on down pit road. Started throwing back and forth with Bubba. Then Ryan, I think his fun meter was pegged, so he stopped. And then Bubba kicked like a 14-yard punt to me, and I kicked like a 98-yard punt back to him, and it ended up in the infield grass. So Bubba got it, and then all the fans were like yelling, Bubba, Bubba. Well, I think he tried throwing it over the first time and didn't get it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, God, I got to go help him out here. So then he ended up getting it over the next time, and I'm like, people were loving it, right? It was almost like you threw a 5X T-shirt into the stands. People can't wait to grab that and run over a kid to get it. But so we started doing it, and people were loving it. So then we started throwing it back. Right? I figured we wouldn't get the ball back after like the second throw.
I didn't think you would get it back either because there's always that one fan that ruins it for everyone.
But no, that guy would have got flogged if he didn't throw the football back because people were eating it up, and we didn't even do it right thinking we were gonna get on TV. We were just doing it because we were just passing the time, and so we start kind of walking. And people are kind of following us and cheering, and so we start rifling it back over the fence, and It got caught one time right above the flag stand.
It was a lucky spot for it to get caught.
Yeah, because it was just above fingertips. So some guy kind of climbed it and got it for us. A gate guard, touche to that guy. But yeah, it ended up being a lot of fun. And I'm convinced that I could have won the race yesterday and still not got the attention that I got for throwing that football. It was really good.
It was cool.
It was really good PR for Corey LaJoie on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we had a decent day yesterday. Finished 23rd, which is checking all the boxes.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Hey, you got some shout outs on the broadcast. So
Got a
that's
lot.
always
And I had the stat line, 15 for 19, 3 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating,
So
158.3.
You ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
That was my caption on my.
I could throw this football clear across that mountain.
Yeah, back in '82, I could used to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
So good.
Yeah, Uncle Rico. I took out my Uncle Rico. I just don't think anybody expected me to be able to wing a football as good as I do.
I would if I had to like line up the drivers and guess, you would definitely be in my like top 5 of who can throw a football.
Yeah, I don't want to pat myself on the back. I don't think there's anybody that can throw a football as good as I can, or throw a baseball as hard as I can. Because that's what
Probably
I did.
not.
I was gonna say
Maybe
you've got the baseball.
I got the
Intimidators hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there are some guys that are pretty good athletes in different things. Like Austin Dillon's a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect because he's so short, but he's scrappy and fast.
Okay.
He's a good basketball player.
Well, I mean, if we're talking just
Blaney's a good basketball player too. He's like
it runs in the family.
Yeah. Dale was a college. Where'd he go?
West Virginia.
It was West
Wasn't
Virginia.
I think so.
And he's also like 7
quote me.
feet tall.
How are he and Dave brothers?
Look, man.
It's like a
Dave
twins.
ate his spinach.
Yeah,
Dave,
it's like twins with
Dave
Arnold and Danny DeVito.
To me, it was funny watching Blaney and Bubba throw it at first because Blaney had his like fire suit unzipped and just had this like casual, just sort of like, I'm going to fling this pigskin. And then like you get out there and you're chucking it.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba's form was a little off.
Yeah.
Like he's kicking the leg out a little bit more to get the extra.
Yeah, a little extra grunt.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, I was surprised that he was able to get over the fence because I can throw about 60 yards, 65 yards when it's like flat.
Yeah.
And it was everything I could do to get over the fence and get it to like 8 rows up into the stands.
It's deceptively high.
Yeah. Yeah. So for Bubba to get it over was actually a pretty impressive feat.
The best quote was Hemrick was being interviewed. I don't remember if it was on MRN or on Fox. And he was like, y'all think that Bubba has his fire suit pulled down to help his throwing form. No, it's because he sweats like
I was sweating.
no other.
I sweat more on Sunday throwing the football over the stands than I did on Sunday.
Was it
on
humid?
Monday.
With the amount of rain and
yes,
all that.
Yeah. Well, and you were getting rained on too,
Yeah.
so it was a combination of sweat and water both. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Fans loved it.
Yeah.
We had some good TV time.
Hell
I'd
yeah.
rather see that than a driver walk to his
Motorhome. Yeah,
and
I agree.
his ass in his motorhome the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm not
that's
naming names, but
well,
it's okay once in a while.
I don't have a motorhome, so that was my only other option is either sit on pit road with the guys or wing a football.
Yeah.
And I like throwing football. I like fans.
This was the first time in a while, like on a rain delay, like you saw Suarez sitting under the pit box with his crew, talking to his crew.
Jones did, Byron did.
I felt like there was more of that than you normally see because a lot of times it's just scatter.
Well, because it wasn't raining that hard.
Yeah.
Because we were all expecting to get back in fairly quick. That's what we were all hoping for,
Right.
anyways, because nobody wants to go back on Monday.
Right.
Like TV doesn't want to come back on Monday. Radio doesn't come back on Monday.
Fans don't really.
Fans can't really
A lot
because they
of
got a
times they
job,
can't.
right? So there was way more people in the stands than I expected.
Well, and I think the 5 p.m. start time helped that
I agree.
because later in the day, if you had to go to work,
Yeah, you can take a half day off.
Because
Yeah.
it looked like as the race went on, more and more people were kind of showing up a little bit.
I think more people in the stands than I expected, but the campgrounds definitely cleared out. I would have been interested to see if you had done like a 10 a.m. start, the difference in the campgrounds at 10 a versus 5 p.
Right. Stands look good though.
The stands did look good for it being a basically 24-hour delay.
Yeah. Yeah. And kudos for those guys for sticking it out with us. That was cool.
And we were actually talking about this in the office because there were a bunch of us in the office watching the race. And I know some people would say, oh, it's kind of a boring race. Joey Logano went out there and just led the whole thing. But when you're watching the race with other people and you're talking about it and breaking it down as it's going on, watching everything back in the pack, watching the strategy was actually
Really
extremely like fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the problem nowadays when you ask 12 people what their opinion of a good race is,
Yeah.
12 people will tell you something different.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got to figure out who we're appealing to.
Right.
Are we appealing to the racers who appreciate the strategy, right? Or are we appealing to the people who want 3 wide racing every single lap for 400 miles?
Which
that's not practical.
I don't even know that there's a race where it's
Well,
ever
if you
happened.
took another 100 horsepower away and gave us another 2 inches of blade, you would have that. Dirty air, I hate to keep talking about it and beat that narrative up because it is bad, but yeah, it's somebody's going to figure it out how to affect them the least.
Sure.
So, I don't think there's any sense of bitching about it because I don't see it changing. I don't see this package changing for the foreseeable future. So figure out how to get your car better and just deal with the dirty air.
It.
Yeah.
Deal with it. I like it.
And it's the ones
Suck it up.
and it's the ones that are making $10 million a
That
year
are the ones
that are
bitching.
bitching about it. It's
Yeah,
I'm
agreed.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Those guys would laugh at what my paychecks are, right? They wouldn't even
Yeah.
leave their house
Yeah.
for that. A
Well,
race.
Yeah, they're also
They're
used
making
to
what
just,
I'm
like,
making a race
spanking the field
for the whole year.
So when Kyle Busch is mired in 12th for 75% of the race, yeah, he's gonna bitch.
Yeah,
Or,
I actually said probably second run out. I hope it makes radioactive, but probably won't. I said I would give $1 to listen to Kyle Busch's radio right now because he has got to be so mad because there really wasn't a whole lot you could do.
Yeah.
You had your restart. You had to be in the top lane to really get any sort of run formulated.
which is kind of fun
Yeah, but
Ish.
so
to watch.
well,
Not
yeah,
for y'all.
yeah, but like okay, so you're almost
Gotta
playing
take a
chicken. Like
gamble.
who's
Yeah.
the guy that's going to pull
Yeah.
out, and is he going to make that slide job or is he going to get throttled?
punted.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's really just who we're trying to appeal to. I think the racing product this year has been better as a whole than it has been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
From when I go back and watch the races.
It was definitely one of the better Michigan races we've had
Yeah.
in a while.
Well, and NASCAR has said from, that test in Las Vegas, about this whole thing that it's a learning like they're still working to, like they're taking that feedback and they're trying to input it and trying to make
Massaging
things.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that we as a driver community and the league are trying to figure out is a better tire package.
Yeah.
And I actually talked to the Goodyear guy this weekend. They're in a bad spot because when there's a good race, it's never Goodyear's fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it's a bad race, it's always Goodyear's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if we just have a little bit more grippy of a tire,
Yeah.
because the front car is at terminal velocity anyways, he's
Yeah.
going as fast as his downforce and horsepower allow.
Yeah.
But the guys that are second, third, fourth, fifth on back, they don't have the grip because they don't have the aero grip. So if we get a little bit of grip back in the tire, it'll just help formulate some better passes and better racing, hopefully.
I would like a 2-tire option like IndyCar
I agree.
Yeah.
Soft
where
and
you
hard.
have soft and hard.
And soft, you can run it for 10 laps, 15 laps, and then it wears out.
Yeah.
I like that we tried that in the All-Star race a couple of years ago.
But it wasn't a vast enough difference.
Right. And it was only that one time. There was no follow-up. It's like, well, we tried this and
there needed to be
yeah.
a bigger discrepancy between those.
Yeah.
Like where it's a significant advantage to use the grippier tires, but then that advantage goes away
Quicker.
quicker.
Yep.
The other thing that I liked about the fact that the race was a little bit later in the day is I got to watch some soccer during the day, which was
Good.
nice.
Yeah, you're repping your U.S. men.
They
Rep
play,
on
well, this won't play today, but today they play.
Well, this will air tomorrow
Yeah.
morning when the U.S. women have
have
Hopefully
won.
we'll be celebrating.
beaten Thailand.
Who are Thailand?
They're ranked
Yeah.
34th. So if we don't beat them,
Not good.
It's gonna
I want to
be not good.
say the last time we beat them it was like 6-0 without the help of the internets. I feel like we beat them pretty handily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, if the women don't come home with the World Cup, it might,
So good
it's
luck.
a loss. Yeah.
So
good luck.
Oh, it's
Good
not
luck.
really a loss. I mean,
good luck.
they have won
Name
it
that,
three
movie,
times.
name that movie.
That's
Yep.
taken.
I do it all the time and they never pick up on it.
What,
Maybe you
taken?
do when I say good luck. Thank you, Corey.
You're welcome.
It's the one with what's his name?
Liam.
Jason
Liam Neeson.
Stratham?
It's
Oh.
been
I'm just kidding.
a while since I've seen that.
Tate, you don't
Which
remember
one?
the storyline?
I remember
the
the
first, second,
storyline.
or
I'm
third
just
one?
saying, like, I mean, I know the basic, like, I have a specific set of skills.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I remember that stuff, but I mean, I know the general plot line. His daughter gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
He goes
Then his
after-
wife gets
yeah,
kidnapped.
Yeah, and he goes to take
Then
them
he
out.
gets kidnapped.
Yeah. I mean, I know the story. I just couldn't quote it readily.
Oh.
That's not one of the ones that I can quote.
So he picks
Yo,
up the
brush
cell
up on your
phone.
Liam Neeson
Yeah.
quotes.
I love me some Liam Neeson. There's a great sketch that he did about wanting to be a stand-up comedian and making lists.
Speaking of comedians,
Speaking of comedians, yeah, we did. We had a comedian on. We are having a comedian on.
We meaning Chuck,
Yeah,
because
I saw
Ryan and
that.
I were out of town.
Saw that.
Yeah.
You did that on Saturday.
Well, I was Friday.
Was that the only day he was available?
Yeah. It's like
This
Friday morning.
SOB got to interview him on Friday. Then Craig Robinson played at the Comedy Zone, and Chuck got invited on stage for like a full, my source said 10 to 15 minutes.
We had a tight 10, you know.
What?
So a tight 10 on stage.
So
yeah,
I was like, when are you going to get invited?
Me and Craigers.
the
For
tour?
what? For a little bit of banter back and forth?
Yeah.
Tell us first, should we listen to the interview first?
Yeah.
Are we even going to listen to it?
Yeah. I had to cut it down. Let me set this interview up a little bit. I had to cut it down. It was a lot longer. It's an awkward interview, but that's also sort of his style.
Were you guys in the sauce?
I was not in the sauce. I can't speak to Craig because I'm not Craig.
Who knows what's in
I don't know.
This isn't
Chuck's Yeti
not
cooler
the one,
ever, though?
not the one where you interviewed him in NASCAR, right? It was the NASCAR building, right? Or-
Yeah. We had
That's
that.
what
That's
it's-
what we're getting ready to toss to.
Okay.
So we sat down in Studio 3 and had a little chat in the chairs down there. So if we want to toss to that, and you want to toss over to the studio?
So you didn't get called up in the Comedy Zone?
We'll get to that
Oh.
after
Okay.
Yeah.
this interview
Okay.
Yeah.
with Craig
So
Robinson.
Chuck, Ryan and I, and had all the fun without us.
Thanks, guys. We're here in Studio 3 with Craig Robinson, part of the Nasty Delicious. Craig, how you doing? By that minor note, I can tell that you're a little blue this morning. Was it a long night last night? If you could be any note in the world, which note would you be?
It's gonna be B flat.
B flat. Why B flat? That's an interesting note.
Well,
So I feel like most people would start in like the E.
can
or A
I
range.
tell you?
No.
I'd be B flat because when you think about B flat, okay. You feel that?
Yeah.
You know, it represents something. You know, it's colorful. It's it takes you on a journey. Watch this.
I see like a field and sort of like there's some people kind of like dancing over in the side,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
like happy dancing, more like a
those are-
like a dirge type dance.
It's those are the actually they're called dirges.
Dirges?
The dirge.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Dirge dancers.
Dirge dancers? What are those
people
dirge dancers like? What's their like typical garb?
No, they have it's like almost like toga. Toga, sexy toga.
Sexy togas.
Yeah.
So like a tie-dye toga or like a more
No,
like
no,
a
no, no,
low
no. It's
slung,
all
see some
one-
cleavage
one
toga.
Beige.
Beige. Okay.
Yeah.
Any like ornate gold on there? But see, where can you go from that note? Like you're just living in that right now.
You don't need to go anywhere.
You don't need to go anywhere? You don't like that
Look
journey's
in my
just
eyes.
there.
Look
Okay.
in my eyes.
I feel
Don't say anything. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I felt that. There was a moment there. There was a moment. I got to ask you some questions that are
Chuck.
legitimate questions.
Yo, Chuck.
Because apparently I'm a legitimate journalist, but not really. I'm just a
Dude.
guy in a chair with a microphone that they said,
So
hey.
am I. We both guys in chairs with microphones. Except for one of us is drinking out of plastic to kill ourselves, and one of us has a nice metal NASCAR mug.
NASCAR Yeti, which has the lovely sticker on there.
Aren't you Darth Vader in this picture?
Mm-hmm. I should actually be the one with the plastic and not the trying to save the environment stuff. I should be the one trying to blow up Alderaan. We do have our driver, Ryan Blaney, is a big Star Wars fan. He's in Michigan this weekend, so he wasn't able to join us.
Hey, Ryan. Thanks for leaving me with this guy.
Just a shell of what this podcast could have been.
It's a podcast?
Yeah, it's a podcast. Goes out to all the NASCAR fans out there.
What's up, NASCAR fans in the house?
You ever been to a race?
I have.
Which one did you go to?
Coca-Cola 600.
So here in town, that's the longest race of the year.
What'd you think about it?
It was pretty long. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's loud. We went down on the track. I sat in on a driver meeting. It was fantastic, man. They opened up the red carpet for us, man.
So when you're in the driver's meeting, the voice that you heard saying, "Crew chiefs, please make sure you have the current crew chief handout." That was me.
Get the what out of here?
Yeah. I sit in there and I read in the microphone in a VO booth and
Oh my
tell
God, that's
them
crazy.
when they have to, all the rules for the race. Yeah. The little voiceover work.
What's up? Do you get a check every month for that? Or like,
I mean, they still employ me. I'm still here, so.
you just don't speak of that?
Yeah, we just kind of sweep.
Hey, what about I do the voice? And they're like,
It's like, yeah, but you
Crew
want health?
chief.
You want health insurance? Cool. Yeah.
I worked at McDonald's. We had a crew chief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harold.
Harold. Was he a good crew chief, or was he like just, it's Harold, man?
I don't think they make better crew chiefs
Than Harold.
than Harold. Yeah.
It's such a strong crew chief name.
He made you want to, be on time, have a clean uniform, and get
Drop
those
the fries.
nuggets fresh, man. Harold was something else, man. He's a leader.
What's Harold up to now?
He's in the crack alley.
Is he the crew chief on the alley? Is he the alley
I'm
chief?
sure
If there was
last
one,
I saw he had those crackheads in check. Yeah.
that would be interesting to see. There. See, I'm looking in the alley now, like that. What note are you switching to there?
Haywood, hey, would you come over here? Tell the people your middle name.
My middle name is Haywood.
And y'all thought it meant nothing.
Yeah.
You thought we were just doing that.
Yeah, no, that's a deep dive right there for the glass holes. We call our fans glass holes, by the way. It's a weird name.
I don't get it.
They picked it out.
Why?
Well, we're probably a bunch of assholes. It's me, Ryan Blaney, Kim Kuhn.
But what's the glue about?
Well, it's the glass case of emotion
Glass.
in there. Yeah. We mixed up our movie references on this. We've got the Star Wars thing, but then the Anchorman, I'm trapped in a glass case of emotion.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
I'm all caught up.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up. Are there NASCAR fans who you think who know who I am?
I do.
You guys
because
know
you've been. I mean,
are they live tweeting or something?
no, that's
live?
just a text thing.
Is this
so my
live right
producer,
now?
it's not live. We are live to tape. So
So this is gonna show another time.
yes, it'll show
Are you
up.
gonna
next
edit
week.
this?
Probably a little bit, but not too much.
Well, let's make sure we get this in there then.
Yeah. Oh, that is
It's
B
uneditable.
flat. It's gonna be in there.
Haywood, you loan me $1.
I left my wallet outside. I tried to make a song.
It was good.
It was good. No, our fans would know you. I mean, from The Office, obviously, Pineapple Express, Eastbound and Down.
Maybe the
we
Coca-Cola 600.
Coca-Cola 600. I mean, I feel like
Eastbound and Down probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's right in their wheelhouse.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, that scene with you, Danny McBride, and Will Ferrell, I've watched the outtakes of that.
Outtakes.
That's, I can feel it in my plums.
Yeah,
like
man.
that whole thing.
Oh,
I feel like our fans.
that was torture.
That was torture.
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 Trying not to laugh.
Okay.
It was torturous. He was trying to kill us.
So he was
trying to ruin
going
the
in.
tape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scary thoughts with Craig Robinson. Now, Craig, you're in town. Obviously, you're performing at the Comedy Zone. So, fans of the podcast, national podcast, where can they find you?
Catch me at my apartment in Los Angeles.
Is there an address on that?
Yoy. Everybody knows where I live.
Okay. It's on Yelp. Got like a 5-star Yelp review.
I like to keep my apartment junky. Because I like to give a woman the ambiance of being made love to in an alley.
Is this like a New York alley, LA alley? Like what
Chicago
what alley?
alley,
Chicago
Chicago.
alley. I mean, you're a Chicago guy.
I'm a Chicago
What
guy.
makes a Chicago alley unique?
Well, you got 3 different kind of alleys. You got your alley in the nice neighborhood where you're going to see the garbage cans, lined up properly for pickup and, what have you. You got your crack alley, which my boy Harold runs one of those. And you got your alley with just like clothes and stuff in it.
So where's yours fall in that? Is it like a mix of the 3? Like there's a couple of...
It's more the clothes and the crack. Yeah. It's not the...
Clothes and the crack.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it organized? You said you want that feel when they come in there, like, what do you want them to know? What do you want them to feel the moment they walk in that door?
Oh, I just want you to feel safe.
Safe, okay. Now you're looking at our logo.
Wait, did you pose for that?
I did not. They took that picture from an old photo and kind of superimposed some...
So you did pose, superimposed.
They superimposed it after the fact. They clipped it.
Do you even know where the picture's from that they used?
I do. I know exactly where that
from?
is from. It's actually my LinkedIn profile photo.
And what were you thinking when you took that picture?
It was in the middle of a stand-up in Martinsville Speedway.
You do stand-up?
Yeah, not stand-up, but like a new stand-up.
You do jokes? You do? Give me a joke.
I mean, my favorite joke growing up was, why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get the Chinese newspaper. Do you get it?
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. I get the Charlotte Observer.
As
a kid, I would tell that joke and stop it, get the Chinese newspaper, and just bust out laughing.
And you didn't even know where you laughed?
Didn't know why. Like, that's what I found funny. So.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out the closet? Supplies!
What do you call a man with no arms and legs on the floor?
What?
Matt. What do you call a man with no arms and legs on your wall?
What?
Art. How about a man with no arms and legs on a grill?
What?
Frank. What do you call his girlfriend?
What?
Patty. What do you call a man with no arms and legs in a pile of leaves? Russell. Yeah. Now, why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
Why?
He was dead. It builds. You're like, why did you bring me here? So those are my terrible jokes. Do you want to play us out? Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Robinson, you may know him from The Office, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Doug Judy, from your internet, and from your TV and movie screens. Thank you for joining us. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, so we're back.
That got weird.
Yeah.
I guess in the best way possible.
It did. I mean, that's kind of like his style, sort of like a Between Two Ferns. Like, we saw him at the Comedy Zone. He's just sitting there. It's him.
Chuck got invited up. He's failing to mention that. Just brag.
Okay, I'll brag.
Say it, Chuck.
He just plays his keyboard.
Set us up. How did it happen?
So
it's like a first date.
We're there watching the show. There's a couple of us from work that went. We talked to him before the show in the green room, and he was like, so I did your show. You going to do mine?
Well, can I interject here? We've gone to a number of comedy shows at the Comedy Zone after having comics on Glass Case of Emotion, and we have never once been invited to the green room. So I don't know what kind of...
well, I was going to say, the interview was awkward.
Yeah.
The interview was awkward.
But you guys apparently...
But we had a moment.
They got a thing.
We had moments where we locked eyes.
Did you make out?
I
Just kidding.
And I would recommend, if you're listening to this podcast, go watch the video on YouTube. Go watch, and I don't know if we're going to release it on its own or if it's going to be in the podcast, but watch this on YouTube.
So you guys are canoodling in the green room?
Yeah.
What's his writer like?
What do you mean? Like, what does
like,
he
did
have?
he have a like? What was sitting around? Like a bowl full of only yellow M&Ms?
No, there was a plate of
a hookah.
Food. There was a plate of food that had been eaten. That was about it. It was just it's a small little green room in there. We did try and flip the basket into the trash can. It was like $1,000 riding on it. No, I'm kidding. It was like trying to see who could flip it in. So he basically said, I'm going to call you up on stage. He called me up there, and I was probably several PBRs deep.
What kind of introduction did he give you?
On the keys, he like did a Haywood. He was throwing my middle name out there, like singing my middle name, which he
This
did
is
in the
legit.
podcast. Yeah. He came up there. He gave a shout out to the Glass Case of Emotion.
Hey.
Said that he did the whole media tour that morning. So he was a little tired, which might explain some of the awkwardness to the interview earlier, but it was also just an awkward, fun interview.
In the audience, or do you come from the green room?
From the audience. We were sitting in the back corner.
Did the C's part like Moses?
A little
You just
bit.
Walked
I
down?
went behind the curtain, came out on stage, broke the mic stand. Like I took the microphone out and like it dropped. So I was like holding trying to stand on stage and
Did
do
they
the whole
laugh at
thing.
you?
They did. There was some laughter. We told some dad jokes.
What was your best dad joke you told?
Okay, so it's
He's so excited.
here goes. So did you know that you cannot run through a camp?
Oh, I know this. I know this one.
You can't tell the punchline.
I won't tell
the.
the punchline, but I know this one.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
You have to ran because it's past tense.
Yeah. Grammar nerd.
Yeah.
I almost told that one on the queue yesterday, actually.
Hey.
But then I thought all the guys would be like,
When I also realized I'm the only man or person under 40 that doesn't know the Eminem "Lose Yourself" lyrics. Do not miss your
Oh.
shot, because he started playing that on the piano.
and you.
And he said, "Yeah, I have one question for you. If you only had one shot," and I was like, "Eat spaghetti."
Chuck! Was everybody throwing things at
No,
you?
they all sang it, and then I
Oh.
did "Baby
Did
Got
you-
Back,"
did-
and I screwed
Oh.
up "Baby Got Back," and he looked at me and was like, "You do not realize how epically you up "Baby Got Back." I was like, "You're
What
welcome."
part did you mess up?
I would mess that up too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
if
know
I've
the
got
words.
the beat,
Yeah.
Nah.
like karaoke, I can crush some Baby Got Back.
Well, and I said "Baby Got Back," and then he started playing Vanilla Ice, and that threw me off. And I was like, "Son of a." But it was good. It was just, again, another awkward 10 minutes of he and I on stage. So we're now best
Were
friends.
the people in the audience driving on it though?
Yeah, there were
Okay.
some moments they were laughing. Like we had some good laughs out of it. There was
All right.
also, I told a joke and one person laughed.
Which is kind of actually funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Like
then,
that's funnier than nobody laughing.
Yeah.
Is one person laughing.
Yeah.
when I called that, I was like, well, that guy got it. So,
Yeah.
it was good.
Good for you. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Honestly,
Is that going to go on
Were
your
you,
resume?
you had to be nervous, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so nervous.
Were you sweating?
Probably. I'm a large guy.
But you had a liquid courage.
I did. But I feel like I could have done that without.
I mean, you perform
Yeah.
on stage. Music can't be that much different. Although I do think stand-up comedy is probably one of the most challenging jobs in the
Yeah.
world.
I've
It's
always
a brain tester.
wanted to try it. Like actually do legit,
Dipped your toe in.
dip my toe in.
Is that going to go on your resume?
Yeah, I'm going to get that video out there and just put it out there and be like,
Yeah.
look at me. I was on stage with Kirk Robinson.
Little career change, maybe.
Throw some stand up into, what do we do here?
I wish you could
You know?
do stand-up
Sit
in
down.
your
Yeah.
driver crew chief meeting stuff. Your voiceover.
Yeah,
Would you judge me if I told you I didn't realize that it was you that did the voiceover until like 3 weeks ago?
No, I wouldn't judge you.
And you've been doing it for what, 3 years?
Probably something like that.
Yeah, you do a great job.
I try and disguise the voice
I don't know
a little
why
bit.
I didn't realize it. I'm like, damn, that's Chuck.
Well, it's not really this voice,
Yeah,
It's his
Like I'm not doing it in doing crew chiefs.
presenter
Please,
voice.
yeah.
yeah.
You do the driver crew chief meeting.
That driver crew chief video, for all the years I've been in the sport, though, it's hard to place who's doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's Chuck.
It's
Now
yeah.
it's Chuck.
It used
But
to
it's
be
always
Mike Joy.
Like Mike Joy
Right,
did it.
right.
Rick Allen. I think Woody Kane did it at
Yeah.
one point. I think it's a little
Now you're the
challenging.
guy. Does that pay?
I have a job with NASCAR.
So
it,
it's included in the job. Like, hey, Chuck, you're going to do this.
in theory, unless any of those guys at NASCAR are listening and they want
Throw you extra change.
throw a
Yeah.
dog a bone here.
Give you a tip.
Did you put like an open like guitar case on the stage when you performed with
I should start doing that. Just
with,
like outside.
Craig?
Yeah. Like, here's
Are you
my,
guys on a first name basis now? Is it just Craig?
it was Craig and Chuckles.
Okay.
It's a duo that we're taking on the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Let's
You
see
guess
how
you
that
don't need
pans.
us
I'm
anymore.
gonna put all my eggs in that basket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how that. It's like the nice crack dealer. Come on.
It's pretty funny.
No, do you know the reference though?
No.
Do you know the reference?
I do. I can't recall the movie.
Oh, wait, maybe I do
Come
know.
on, right here. Hands up. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh,
Shake and bake.
yeah.
Is it really Talladega Nights?
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out what
What
part of
part?
it.
When he's in the bar and he's lost his ride, he's like, "So yeah, I put in my tape for the real world. It's either that or I'm gonna be a crack dealer. I'm gonna be like a nice crack dealer. Say, hey, y'all want some crack?
I feel like I just stopped paying attention to that point in the movie because I feel so down.
Yeah, there's so many other.
That's
like,
when she gets
quotes
on the
that
table
outride that.
and it's like, is this happening? Is this White Snake? You White Snake? You got Tawny Contain? Like, is this happening right now?
Yeah.
Don't look. We're gonna make animal sounds. Like that is one of the best scenes in the whole,
Yes, it
whole
is.
movie. Like, don't sleep on that scene.
No.
Also, the last few times, or probably the last 10 times I've watched it, it's been on TV.
Yeah.
And stuff gets edited out
Yeah,
for
it's not good
the
on
time
TV.
frame.
Yeah.
So you miss out on.
Do you
some of
think
that.
overall that Talladega Nights was good for the sport?
Can I say this enough?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Just
I'm gonna say
because it
twice.
brought attention?
Well,
Stereotypes or not?
my favorite part about it is it's NASCAR not taking NASCAR too seriously.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah.
We take ourselves way too seriously a lot of time. And I mean we, like the collective we, NASCAR.
Definitely
Not
not this
not
show.
us.
Or
Yeah, but I also think that we should. People have bad stereotypes that we're just a bunch of rednecks driving around in circles,
right.
and it's a little bit more
Yeah.
technical than we get credit for.
But I think if you aren't a NASCAR fan or you're a casual fan and you saw it and you're like, ha, that's exactly what I thought. And then you go to a race after and you're like, wait a second, this
Yeah.
is not like Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yes, it's better that they made the movie than they did not. I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, could it have been?
I mean, you needed a parody racing movie. You have so many other ones that are so serious.
Yeah,
what's your favorite NASCAR movie?
I mean, it's obviously Days of Thunder.
Okay.
I mean, they took obviously some liberties when you certain things, but for the most
Some of
part,
it was on point.
very quotable movie, and it's a good feel good story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Stroker Ace.
yeah.
I like. That's one of my favorites.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I can't pull a whole lot of quotes from Stroker Ace,
I
but
can't either.
that was a little bit before my time.
Era.
Fastest chicken in the South.
There's a couple good ones, Six Pack, and
Yeah.
some others.
Have you ever watched the show Squidbillies?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You always ask me. I still
Redneck
haven't
squids from the North
watched
Georgia
it.
mountains. There's a scene where they go down to Terminus, Atlanta, and this is the corner where Kenny Rogers filmed that scene with those kids in Six Pack. Like they reference it, and Early Kyler calls himself Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Like it's a good show. Redneck squids, North Georgia mountains, Squidbillies. Check it out.
Oh, that's the premise?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
The entire time you've ever talked about it.
Unknown Henson, who is a comedian and musician.
His first name's unknown.
Is this
It's his stage name. He used to do like cable access stuff here in Charlotte back
What if
in the
that
90s.
was your real name?
That'd be cool.
What if your first name was Anonymous?
Anonymous
Anonymous Jackson.
Anonymous Coon. Interesting. Anonymous Bush. Anonymous LaJoie.
LaJoie.
That's gonna
LaJoie's
get ringtone.
French, right?
La joie.
LaJoie?
Mm.
Does it mean joy?
The joy.
The joy. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That should be your nickname.
The joy.
The joy. Instead of like the juice,
I thought.
the joy.
Maybe we just come up with something.
What's your other nickname? Super
Super
Shoe.
Shoe.
The shoe. How'd you get that one? I don't think I've ever heard this story.
Well, you know how like a good receiver they're called hands, right?
Mhm.
So a good driver is called a shoe. And when I was younger, when I was winning races and people thought I was actually a good driver,
Don't
somebody
be too
coined,
hard on yourself.
somebody coined the name Super Shoe. And it kind of stuck for a little while. And then I got to the Cup Series and I just dropped the super and I kept the shoe. So that's where we're at. The shoe.
I like that. I don't think I knew
Le
that.
Shoe.
La shoe.
Le shoe.
What's French for shoe?
Le
Blucher.
Le boot.
Le boot. Comment allez-vous?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna bring this.
I don't speak very much French.
I'm gonna bring this back real quick
Parlez-vous français?
because I like the soccer. I really hope the U.S. women find le joie in
The
France
joy.
because the World Cup is in France.
Oui, oui.
Yes. Comment allez-vous, s'il vous plaît?
I can say j'ai étudié. I study.
Apparently, what's the one that was in that song in the 70s? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Je sois.
Yeah, which is what? Do you want to sleep with me tonight? I think is what.
That's an
that
important thing to know.
translates.
Is it?
If somebody was propositioning
Yeah.
you
Right.
and you agree,
Voulez-vous
I
coucher avec
feel
moi?
like you want to know what you just
Oui.
agreed to.
Yeah.
That's why you
'cause
say
that-
no.
that's
That's why it's
consent.
good that no is the same in
Right.
both languages.
That's universal.
Nope.
No.
Le
Oh, you're actually looking it up.
Googling the whole phrase.
Yeah, but I can't. Yes, you are. Nope. That's never mind.
Yeah,
I don't.
just,
I can't type French.
Can't.
I couldn't
can that.
imagine
Yeah.
even how to start to spell that.
I don't even.
Have you traveled to France?
Have not.
oh, you need to go
Mm.
and make a lot of reservations, and people will be so nice to you because they're like,
They
oh, he's
would.
French.
Yeah, he's just visiting town.
Yeah.
I was looking at a couple of folks I know on the Facebooks that were over in France for the D-Day anniversary, which was earlier in
Did they
last
make
week.
the trip just for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Big World War II buffs. But apparently up there,
Like a pilgrimage for them?
kind of, yeah.
Hmm.
Up there in Normandy, there
Normandy?
are like American restaurants.
I don't doubt
Like
that.
Burger King.
Well, it's like Uncle Joe's like burger
Barbecue
shack.
sh-
Yeah.
Steak
like-
shack.
Yeah. And it's like the most stereotypical like American stuff.
Well, yeah, 'cause we own that beach.
Well,
Stormed that thing.
a lot of the folks that live up there are fans of the Americans because of, what
Okay.
happened in the World
Yeah.
War II.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the French, I don't know about you.
No,
We like our freedom fries.
Yeah.
I liked France when I visited.
Which, and this is purely just speculation. How did we get to French fries? How did we get to call them French fries?
It's a good question.
And I have a theory.
What's your theory?
Because what are French fries? Like
Potatoes.
potatoes,
Papas
Strings?
fritas.
julienne?
Okay.
Like potatoes
Yeah.
julienne? Like they're,
Yeah,
thin-
julienne cut.
yeah. Potato, which is sort of French. And then you
Okay.
fry them. So it's like potatoes julienne fried. Them French fries.
That's your theory?
That's my theory.
It could be-
Etymology of
it
words.
could
I don't
be
know if
correct.
that's true.
I'm gonna say it's not true.
Not true. Frites. That's what
Yeah.
Burroughs just said. He said frites
Pommes
on the
frites.
taste.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pommes frites.
Pommes frites.
I don't know.
I do love frites.
I do love French fries though.
Gimme old fries.
I love them so much, but I don't think they love me as much. I mean, they love me, but
Oh, I
You
can't
do look
say
like
no.
you've lost a little bit of weight though, Chuck.
I said that this morning.
I've been eating yogurt
I don't know that yogurt.
Nothing
for breakfast.
Does the trick.
What's
It's just
dinner?
it's like I'm on the Activia diet. You just
Oh,
not
that
really.
makes you
Go-gurt.
I'm on the Go-Gurt.
Go-gurt. Activia should be called Go-gurt.
Yes, it
All those
should.
probiotics.
Well, but the other thing is like it's a good it's kind of filling.
I don't really. Are you
Somewhat
eating, I don't eat
nutritious.
dairy really though.
Wow. Yeah.
I need like an almond milk yogurt or a coconut milk yogurt.
They're like-
Like a Greek yogurt.
Yeah, Greek yogurts.
Greek is still dairy.
Is it?
You
And
can
then-
have Greek style yogurt that's coconut milk
God,
yogurt.
it probably
but
tastes terrible.
It's good. Yogurt, a little bit of granola in there sometimes, or some fruits.
No, not
But-
like the stuff that she
Oh,
probably eats.
yeah.
I don't really eat yogurt that often. Like
Oh.
even the substitutes.
It's been.
I like savory breakfasts.
Mm.
So like
Eggs
eggs and potatoes, toast with butter.
and jelly.
Like if I'm gonna do sweet, it's gonna be like I'm gonna go all in and do like blueberry pancakes.
Faux show. I love blueberry pancakes. Well,
Toast actually has really good blueberry pancakes.
Yes, they do. What about blueberry waffles?
I like
You don't like 'em?
I like pancakes better than waffles. Ow! Oh, I just hit my shin. If I'm gonna eat waffles, I like my waffles really crispy, which is not a popular opinion.
I rather my stuff crispy as well.
Yeah. So
Like my hash browns extra crispy.
crispy.
I
The
order
worst
them
thing
extra.
is when you go to like a diner place and they crisp only the top is crisp,
Hate it.
and then you like pick up the top and
And it's
all
still
like
uncooked potato.
frozen.
It's the worst.
the etymology of French fries.
Go
Please
ahead.
tell me.
Were you close?
I was wrong. I was somewhat right, but wrong. So World War I, soldiers were in Belgium and they were eating what were French fries, and they thought they were in France and not Belgium, so they called them French fries. The other thing is Frenching is the style of cutting, which is
Oh,
closer to the julienne.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you put on your French fries? Are you a mayonnaise person, a ketchup person, or both? Mayonnaise is very European.
We got to throw mustard in there too.
You put mustard on. What's the
It-
place in Charlotte that I always see people Instagram where it's like 18 different sauces for the fries?
I don't know.
Oh, damn.
It depends for me the style of cut
Yes.
for fries of what condiment it gets.
Really?
Okay.
Curly fries, Arby's sauce.
Okay, Arby's sauce is good.
The thick
Okay.
potatoed fries, they get mustard.
Really?
Yeah, the thinner McDonald's
What kind
fries,
of
they get
mustard?
ketchup.
Okay.
Like
Just yellow.
yellow. Okay.
I like a fancy sauce.
What?
What,
What-
kind of fancy? What
So-
do you fancy?
What?
Well, you can take some ranch and ketchup, mix those two together.
Barf.
Don't knock it till you try it.
It's almost like a Thousand Island.
Almost, yeah. You dip your French
Thousand
fries
Island's
in that.
actually better.
Well, whatever. This is readily available in a restaurant. We say, hey, can I get some ranch and some ketchup?
Is it kind of like the Good Burger sauce?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to
And
Good Burger.
I saw somebody eating it
Burger.
one time in college. I was like,
Ranch
that
is
looks
good
terrible.
with everything.
Then I
I
tried
usually
it.
like ketchup. If I'm at a fair, though, I do like the malt vinegar on the fries.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep.
well, you know what's not fair?
But you almost have to put ketchup on the malt fries still.
Yeah, you still need
It
a
needs
little
a little
something,
something, yeah.
to balance out the.
Have you
tang.
tried mustard on your fries?
No, I will though.
It's
I'm gonna go get
actually
me some
quite good.
fries.
I do like mustard. I'm like a vinegar. I like vinegar. Pickles.
It's briny, anything briny, olives. Oh, you and I. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'm trying to
love
play the
anything
song
briny.
right
What's your
now.
favorite brand of pickles?
I like
Do you like pickles?
when they're
Wickles?
homemade.
Wickles pickles?
Pickles. So many. I'm not really a big fan of pickles.
Oh, really?
It really.
This is me judging you.
Well,
Yeah.
judge hard.
I love a good crisp dill pickle.
From
or like
who, though?
Homemade.
Yeah.
I don't know that I like.
Vlasic, Mount
Yeah,
Olive.
I don't know that I buy enough jars to like.
Mount Olive is my go-to.
Okay, I'll get a Mount Olive one. I like when like a craft food
Of course
place
you do.
makes their own pickles though,
Yeah.
because they're really fresh.
Yes,
These
they are.
craft foods, these pickles are made from.
Now, would you ever in your entire life get a pickle in a pack at a gas station?
I've done it.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, when
On
it's
a
in like when it's
Yeah.
in the vinegar.
Yeah,
On
I
a
can't
hot
do
day,
it.
though, on a hot day, there's
When it's
pickle in a
cold,
pack. Like,
You
drink that,
the,
Yeah.
the
boom,
brine
right back. Pickle juice
is
gets
delicious.
you back. You can't hear it in your headsets, but I have started playing the music.
Oh, can you
It's-
restart it?
Well, I mean, I restarted it.
kidding.
We're only 20 seconds into it, so
So does that
it's
mean we're
just
done?
not playing out right now on the actual computer. But we're wrapping up.
That's a sad.
I know
day.
it's a sad because I've been having a great time talking to Corey LaJoie.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Hey,
You're
thanks for coming
welcome
on.
to fill in anytime. Alan's
Yeah.
gone. Hopefully, you might be a permanent host. You might not get out of Russia.
Yeah, he could be
It's
stuck in
a
Russia.
Good possibility.
So keep your phone on.
I will fill in for his podcast and I will fill in for his car if he
Or,
needs me.
There you go.
or we go to Russia to save Ryan Blaney, and that's Days of Thunder 4.
Yeah, we have a particular set of skills.
Yeah,
We do.
where we go to Russia.
Do we have to save Chase too? Because isn't he over there?
No,
Or
just Ryan.
Just Ryan. That's not.
Leave Chase.
We're gonna get so many comments, you mother effers.
Why would you leave Chase? Look, there's collateral damage. Sometimes.
You got to make a trade.
Yeah. And he's Chase. He loves the Russians. I don't know. I'm making that up as we go. But thank you, Corey, for joining us. And all you fans, go check out Sunday Money, but also subscribe to us, Glass Case of Emotion, in iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, all the places. Enjoy.